question or more of a closing remark, if you may say, what would you prescribe or basically say to the people out there? How can the common man make a difference in achieving these goals? We as a student right now, you said that how a youth and the children entrepreneurial goals can be put into effects. So what is your piece of advice for the common man?
I think the transforming world should not happen with people like me who are above 50. Probably the most powerful people are between 15 to 30. If up to 30 you have not thought about it, probably we can extend from 30 to 50 for some more people to think about it. Therefore, the sustainable development is a transformation of our world in the next 15 years. That was the aim in 2015. Now we lost few years. Can we have up to 2030 for the next 10 years, say? What can make a difference? The quality of education? It is not learning, it is understanding the problem. And that will come only when you discuss. Take all the bad experiences which we had the old generation and take a oath that you are not going to take it forward in this way. Make a direct impact, a decent work for the economic development of the next generation. That means the largest community, nearly 500 million people who are living between the age 15 to 25, say, they are all spending only $2 per day. That is for survival. Because they depend on their parents, they have their houses. Their elders may be spending maybe $10 to $15 per day. At an average, the poorest of the poor. If you take an average, above 15, above 50, that is what? Above 15 to 50, probably you need $2 to $3 per day only. What are the aims of these youth who are probably 90% of the developing country has got more than or approximately 2 billion youth. India itself has got, we have got more than 300 million, 350 million, I think, the youth. Whereas the American population is less than that. So you can imagine if American can be that powerful, if Indian youth decides to do something, how powerful India can be. And it doesn't take more than 10 years. But it needs a change in their focus. And how it can happen is the biggest question. That needs a lot of blessings and maybe a lot of mentorship from the elders who had a lot of experience. But tell them you have no power. I was thinking about a university where only elders who doesn't want salary will teach, who doesn't want any honorarium will teach, but all the youngsters can come and learn. That was my great dream of like an old university system. Can we have such a regional 5-6 universities in where people can come and learn? What can be done to develop this nation? I remember 150th birth anniversary of Vivekananda. I brought out a book which is called The Raising of India by the Rays of India. The Rays of India. The Rays of India is the youth. Vivekananda always had a lot of trust in the muscles of the youth. And those people can have raising of India, can lift India up. Where what they should do, they should have a vision. The vision can be shared by old people. Look at the mission, what the people are doing around the world, and share that to others. A peer group learning system. Share all that what you have. You imagine all you youth who have the largest power, we say 25 to 30% is youth, but less than 2% are the people who are ruling you in the parliament around the age of 30 or 45. Less than 20, no, you are the people who are voting them. So what is that we can do to make a difference is the question. At the age of 18 or less than that, in developed countries, girls are getting married. They don't even have their own independent youth look. They become old by young itself. The youth priorities are always education, employment, entrepreneurship, health, and should change to governance and participation. And if this change can happen, not family, the youth should think about what you are discussing now, the sustainable development goals. And that discussion will not take anywhere, because as soon as you get a job, you become a family, you become so selfish as your parents were. And you will only think about where my child has to get admission for LKG and teach them up to PG, LKG to PG, and make them get married, and then that continues. That is where the social system was ever thought that it is more stronger when we think about family. That is what India's strength we called. But then we lost in the way of not thinking society, not able to spark the youth ability from the friends, from the family, from the purpose of self-life to the public. If we can share that, I am 100% sure we can share this across. Therefore, I suggest you the 5 pillars of the development. One is politics, judiciary, then the press, and probably the discussions which we happens in the education system and the awareness which we get into public. So get into press to get to this awareness, get into judiciary, administration, try to be in the government service with the greatest public cause, not for me to gain. That is where the corruption starts. When the administrators support politicians, corruption starts. Without administrator support, no politician can do corruption. So I'm sure the youth which a much wider thoughts enter into politics. I want the representation. There are a lot of fighting for the women reservation in the legislation. Why not the youth reservation in the legislation? Why every party cannot have, the political system should have the reservation which are less than 30, less than 45, based on the population of the country. I am sure that should be the decision which is taken, so that there will be a powerful leader to govern what is happening in the authority at the lowest level, in the panchayat level, municipality level, taluk level, district level, goes to state level and the nation level. A well distribution of youth in the public life. That is what is essential, where people should understand politics is not bad, administration is not bad, judiciary is not bad, business is not bad, press is not bad. And if this can be cultivated in the youth, and there are great roles to be played, it is not working with some NGO for some time and then leaving it. We have physical ability, emotional, intellectual for a social change. But then get into the Maslow's principle. The last says self-actualization. Get those people who decided that I don't want anything. One of the greatest beauty of India is we have people who doesn't want anything. We had Buddha, ask him why did he do this? Because he don't want anything. He want people to be happy. You ask Aurobindo why did he do it? It is not for his selfishness. He doesn't want his politics for Mahatma Gandhi. Vivekananda never wanted his people to be improved. He wanted the whole world to be improved. So that nature, that is spirituality. That is practical spirituality. And if that can be implemented, Loka Samasta Sugino Bhavantu, you imagine all the 17 points of the sustainable development goals is one chanting which we had. Not for chanting alone, for practicing. Loka Samasta Sugino Bhavantu. Let all the people who are sitting with me and eating be peaceful. Let all those people who are learning together with me be peaceful. That is what is our Upanishad mantra, Upanishad chanting, Upanishad prayer. Let that happen. I am so hopeful with the youth being in action, discussing like this. Tomorrow is going to be much better than today.
Thank you so much once again, Dr. DrTPS for your worthy time. I'm sure that our audience will surely incorporate your piece of advice in their personal lives. We hope to hear from you in the near future as well. Ending on a note with the saying of great Swami Vivekananda indeed fulfills the aim behind this podcast. That was it for today's episode of Bowl SSE. Reach out to us with any questions, suggestions, and recommendations. Our podcast is telecasted on Spotify, Apple Podcast, Google Podcast, and our very own YouTube channel, Enactus Aurobindo College. You can reach out to us on our official social media handles as well. See you all again next week, Tuesday sharp at 8, with yet another interesting topic and yet another eminent guest. Till then, take care. Signing off, your host for today, Rudrani Datta. Until next time.
Thank you, Rudrani, for a beautiful discussion.
Thank you so
all
much,
for
sir. We are indeed
hosting
we
it.
are really grateful to you, sir. Thank you so much, sir,
Thank
for
you.
joining us today.
Thank you so much, sir. It was really an honor to host you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
so much, sir.
Be in contact, send me message, keep in touch. God bless you.
Surely, sir. Surely.
God
Thank
bless
you
you.
so much, sir.
God bless you.
Thank you.